Hello students, today we are going to discuss about the solution of the normal equations by method of differences, or it is quite appropriate to say determination of the most probable values by the method of differences. Why the method of differences is used and when it is recommended or when it is beneficial to determine the most probable values of the unknown quantities by the method of differences. This is one of the alternative method to solve the normal equations. As you are aware that when you solve the normal equations, for the smaller numbers involved in the normal equation method, it is very easy to find out the most probable values of the unknown quantities. So, this normal equation method is also called as the direct method, and the method of differences is called as indirect method. So, the direct method of solving normal equation is very laborious since it involves large numbers. Okay. In order to make them as small as possible, we can solve the equations by method of differences. When the large numbers are involved, then the direct method or the normal equation methods become very laborious. So, in that case, we may prefer the solution by the indirect method, what you called as method of differences. What is this method of differences? In method of differences, a set of values is assumed for the most probable values of the unknown quantities and the most probable series of errors are determined. Try to understand the statement. A set of values is assumed for the most probable values of the unknown quantities and the most probable series of errors are determined. Then after determination of the errors for the respective values, the errors so found are then added algebraically to the observed values to get the most probable values of the measurements. Let us study the procedure, stepwise procedure to arrive at the most probable values of the quantities by the method of differences. So, the procedure for the solution of the problem by the method of differences is as follows. First step, so you have to assume the set of corrections to the respective quantities. Let K1, K2 and K3 be the corrections to the observed values. These corrections are also called as the residual errors in the observed values. Second step, replace the observation equations in terms of K1, K2, K3, etc. If you have the 4 equations, then you will require the 4 residual errors or 4 these corrections K1, K2, K3, K4. If you have the 5 equations, then it will be from K1 to K5 likewise. So, replace the observation equations in terms of K1, K2, K3, K4, etc. to express the discrepancy between the observed results and those given by the assumed values, always subtracting the latter from the former. Here we are getting the 2 sets of equation. One set of equation, that means the whatever the quantity is given to you, and the second set of the equations is in which you have introduced this K1, K2 and K3. So, please remember, always after forming this new equation, always subtracting the latter, that means this newly formed equation in which the K1, K2 is introduced, from the former. Former means the original observation equations. This is step number 2. Then form the normal equations in terms of K1, K2, K3 and solve this equation as a simultaneous equations to get the values of K1, K2, K3, etc. I am repeating again. The first step, you have to assume the set of corrections K1, K2, K3 to the observed values. Then replace these observation equations in terms of the K1, K2, K3. That means you have to introduce this K1, K2, K3 in the given equations so that you will get the new set of the equations. Then subtract this new set of the equations from the original equations. Then after subtracting this, you will get the reduced form of the equations for K1, K2, K3, and this reduced form of the equation in terms of K1, K2 is to be used to form the normal equation. The advantage of this using the reduced form of equations in terms of K1, K2 and K3 is that so the large numbers are eliminated and the calculations become simpler. That means you can reduce the labor. Chances of committing the mistakes are very less. Then after getting the values of K1, K2, K3, add these corrections algebraically. So it may be positive, it may be negative. So add these corrections to the respective quantities to get the most probable values. So add this K1, K2, K3 algebraically to the quantities to get their most probable values. So we will discuss this method of differences by taking one simple example. Say the following are the mean values observed in the measurement of three angles. So three angles A, B, C are measured with the different combinations. So the value of angle A is 75 degree, 32 minutes, 46.3 seconds with weight 3. For angle B is 55 degree, 9 minutes, 53.2 seconds with weight 2. Angle C 108 degree, 9 minutes, 28.8 seconds with weight 2. Then angle A plus B is measured as 130 degree, 42 minutes, 41.6 seconds with weight 2. Then angle B plus C is 163 degree, 19 minutes, 22.5 seconds with weight 1, and the combined angle A plus B plus C is measured as 238 degree, 52 minutes and 9.8 seconds with weight 1. So these are the original equations. See, these are the original equations are the given equations. Using these equations, in these equations, so you have to find out the most probable values of each angle. Let us see this how to proceed with these. First, let K1, K2, K3 be the most probable corrections to A, B and C. See, why K1, K2, K3? Because this numerical involves only three unknown quantities A, B and C. Three angles are measured by the different combinations. Individual observations are taken for A, B and C. Also this A plus B is measured as a combined angle, then B plus C is measured as a combined angle, and A plus B plus C is measured as the combined angle, but only the unknown quantities are here A, B and C only. So three corrections are to be assumed. Let K1, K2, K3 be the most probable corrections to the angle A, B and C respectively. Then the most probable values of A, B and C are. So what will the most probable values of A, B and C? So angle A is equal to 75 degree, 32 minutes, 46.3 seconds plus K1. Then B is equal to 55 degree, 9 minutes, 53.2 seconds plus K2. Likewise, you have to introduce this K1, K2, K3. Here K1 is the corrections for A, K2 is the correction for B, K3 is the correction for C. So in this equation you will have to add plus K1, second equation plus K2, third equation plus K3, and the fourth equation as A and B is involved, so you have to write plus K1 plus K2. The next equation here the B and C, so plus K2 plus K3, and ABC, so plus K1 plus K2 plus K3, so you will get the new set of equation. So this is a newly formed equation. Angle A is equal to 75 degree 32 minutes 46.3 seconds. Purposely I have used a different color here. For the original equation the color is this one, and for the newly formed equation the color is this black one. So this is the equation for A, newly formed equation. Then for B, 55 degree 9 minutes 53.2 seconds plus K2. Then C, 108 degree 9 minutes 28.8 seconds plus K3. Then angle A plus B is measured, so 130 degree 42 minutes 39.5 seconds plus K1 plus K2. Be careful at this stage. I am repeating again, be careful at this stage. How we arrive at this value of 30 degree 42 minutes 39.5 seconds, 39.5 seconds. Remember, in order to get this equation number 4, this equation number 4 is arrived by adding this 1 and 2. Remember, this is the addition of this one. So 75 degree 32 minutes 46.3 seconds plus 55 degree 9 minutes 53.2 seconds, and addition of this is equal to 130 degree 42 minutes and 39.5 seconds. Then B plus C. So this equation B plus C is arrived by adding these two equations, that is B and C. So this 163 degree 19 minutes 22 seconds is the summation of this B and C plus K1 K2 plus K2 plus K3. Then third is the A plus B plus C. So A plus B plus C is, this value is nothing but the summation of A, B and C. That is, by adding these three values we are getting 238 degree 52 minutes 8.3 seconds plus K1 plus K2 plus K3. Here clearly I have mentioned by adding equation 1 plus equation 2 plus equation 3. Then subtract these equations. Which equations? Here these equations. That is equation number 1, equation number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Subtract these equations from the corresponding observation equations. That is, which are the corresponding observation equations? Corresponding observation equations are the given equation, this much. So this newly formed equation in which the K1 K2 term is introduced, these are to be subtracted from these original equations. So you will get the reduced equations in terms of K1, K2 and K3. For example, I have taken only one example. So if you subtract this new equation 1 from the original equation, okay, equation number 1 from the original equation. So this is, I have used the different letters, different nomenclatures for the original equation and the subtract newly formed equations. So subtract these equations from the original equations. So this is our original equation. A is equal to 75 degree 32 minutes 46.3 seconds, and this new equation where the K is there. So A is equal to 75 degree 32 minutes 46.3 seconds plus K1. If we subtract this, then the result is this. Therefore we can write K1 is equal to 0, and for this equation remember, whatever the weight of the first original equation, the same weight is to be assigned to the reduced equations in the form of K1. So, I am getting K1 is equal to 0 with weight 3. Likewise, so if you subtract this, there are 6 equations. Okay, if you subtract the second equation from the original equation, third equation from the original equation, fifth, sixth, you will get this one, this result. Subtract the equation number 2 from the original equation 2. So, I am getting the result K2 is equal to 0. This is the weight of the original equation with weight 2. Likewise, if you subtract the equation number 3 from the original equation, then you will get K3 is equal to 0 with weight 2. For equation number 4, you will get the result K1 plus K2 is equal to plus 2.1 second with weight 2. If you subtract the equation number 5 from the original equation, then you will get K2 plus K3 is equal to plus 0.5 seconds, weight is 1. And for the last equation, that is equation number 6, then you will get the reduced form of equation is K1 plus K2 plus K3 is equal to plus 1.5 second with weight 1. Here the advantage is that the large numbers are eliminated here. Nowhere you will find the degrees in 100 degrees, 200 degrees or the 17 degrees like this. Numbers are eliminated. Then if you write this all the reduced equations, so I am getting K1 is equal to 0, K2 is equal to 0, K3 is equal to 0, K1 plus K2 is equal to plus 2.1, K2 plus K3 is equal to plus 0.5 and K1 plus K2 plus K3 is equal to plus 1.5. So, these are the reduced equations in form of K1. Then next step is, after reduce these equations in the form of K1, K2 and K3, you have to form the normal equations using this reduced equations here. So, you have to form the normal equations. So, if you form the normal equations for K1, so how many unknowns are there? There are 3 unknowns, K1, K2 and K3. So, therefore, you will get the 3 normal equations only. Number of normal equations is equal to the number of unknowns. So 3 unknown quantities are A, B, C. Therefore, there will be 3 normal equations. So, K1, K2, K3 as the corrections for the unknown quantities A, B and C respectively. So, there will be 3 equations. So, to form the normal equation for K1, consider the equation in which the K1 term is there. So, here we have to form the normal equation using rule 2 of forming normal equation. What rule 2 says? So, if you want to form the normal equation for K1, then multiply the equation with the coefficient of the K1 in that equation, and you have to according to rule 2, you have to multiply the equation in which the K1 term is there with the coefficient of K1, product of coefficient of K1 and the weight of that equation. Here the coefficient of K1 is 1 and the weight of this equation is 3. So, 3 into 1, 3. You have to multiply this equation with the 3. So, I am getting the result 3K1 is equal to 0. So, in second equation, coefficient of K1 is 0 because no K1 term is here. So, do not consider this. The third equation also coefficient of K1 is 0. So, eliminate this. Third equation K1 is here. Coefficient of K1 is 1. Weight is 2. So, multiply this equation with the product of weight and coefficient of K1, that is 2 into 1 2. So, 2K1 plus 2K2 is equal to 4.2. So, 2.1 into 2 is equal to 4.2. Again in this equation, okay, we will see this one, okay, and the last one is K1 plus K2 plus K3 is equal to 1.5. So, here in this equation no K1, so eliminate this. So at the weight is 1, coefficient of K1 is 1. So product of coefficient and weight is 1. 1 into 1, 1. So K1 plus K2 plus K3 is equal to 1.45. So then after getting this, you have to add this equation, add this, and the result is 6K1 plus 3K2 plus K3 is equal to plus 5.7. This is the normal equation for K1. So likewise form the normal equation for K2. To form the normal equation for K2, the newly formed equation, you have to consider the equation in which K2 is involved. So here, if I write here, I can write I can write here the weight is 2, twice K2 is equal to 0. In third equation, no K2. Then fourth equation, K2 is here, weight is 2. So twice K1 plus twice K2 is equal to 4.2. Then here weight is 1. So multiply this equation with 1. So as it is, K2 plus K3 is equal to 0.5, no change. In the third equation, K2 term is involved. So weight is 1. So it will be, equation will remain as it is. And if you write this, then you will get the equation for K2. Twice K2 is equal to 0. Twice K1 plus twice K2 is equal to 4.2. And K2 plus K3 is 0.5. Add this, then K1 plus K2 plus K3 is equal to 1.5. Add this equation, you will get 3K1 plus 6K2 plus twice K3 is equal to 6.2. This is the normal equation for K2. Then form the normal equation for K3. So twice K3 is equal to 0. K2 plus K3 is equal to 0.5. K1 plus K2 plus K3 is equal to 1.5. Here K1, after adding this, we are getting K1 plus twice K2 plus 4K3 is equal to 2.0. Remember, when you form the normal equation for K3, in the reduced form of equation, we have to consider the equations in which the K3 term is there. For the third equation, normal equation for K3, so no K3 is involved, so eliminate this. Here the weight is 2, twice K3 is equal to 0. Here no K3, so eliminate this, ignore this. Here the weight is 1, K3 is involved, so coefficient of K3 is 1, so multiply this 1. So K2 plus K3 is equal to 0.5. In the third equation, K3 is involved, weight is 1, you can write as it is, and so you are getting normal equation for K3 is this one. So after forming this normal equation, the last step is you have to solve these equations for K1, K2 and K3. So these are the three equations, normal. This is the normal equation for K1, normal equation for K2 and normal equation for K3. Once you solve this for K1, K2, K3, considering this as simultaneous equation, you will get the value of K1 is equal to 0.58, K2 is equal to 0.75, K3 is equal to this much, K3 is equal to 0.02. So it means that initially we have assumed K1 is the correction for angle A, K2 is the correction for angle B, K3 is the correction for angle C. So these corrections are to be added algebraically to the respective quantities. So add, here the sign of K1 is plus, add this K1 to the given angle A. Then sign of correction K2 is also positive. Add this correction to the angle B. Sign of K3 is minus. So subtract this correction from the angle C. So you will get the most probable values of the angle A, B and C. These are the most probable values. So most probable values of angle A. So sign of correction is K1. So this is the given angle plus K1, given angle plus K2. So this is the most probable value of B, most probable value of A, and this is the most probable value of C. So this is the solution by the method of differences. Method of differences is also called as indirect method. So this is very useful method when the large numbers are involved. If you try to form the normal equation for A, B and C without introducing K1, K2, that is by using normal equation method, that is direct method, then the normal equation for A is will be this one. So this is the normal equation for A. So here large number is involved. This is the normal equation for B, large number is involved, and this is the normal equation for C. Then you have to solve these three equations as a simultaneous equations to get the values of unknown A, B and C. So advantage of the method of differences or the indirect method is it eliminates the large numbers. So the labor is reduced, labor of doing the calculation is reduced. So whenever the large numbers are involved, it is advisable to prefer the method of differences. I hope you might have understood all the concept here. Thank you.